So in this video, in this stream/video, I figured I'd have a cup of tea and I would go through some old tracks, like the shit that I was making back in 2003. Yeah. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of just a way of taking inventory of the direction of my life, maybe. Could be a bit of fun. Could be interesting. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff here from 2004, then we go through 2005, 2006. It's not till 2007, I think, that I made... what the hell? What is this shit? Why is it like... Why does it like scroll and then stop scrolling? Huh? Anyway. 2004, 2003. So, I figured I'd go through some of these old things. Let's see what this is. Wow, this is rudimentary. This is back in the days of yore. This is very old. Shitting hell. This is 2003. Wow. That's pretty old, man. That's pretty old. What's this one? Exploramentations. It's all just exploramentations, isn't it? Delphian truth. Change your name. Yeah. Come and squibble my dingle. Jastic, how you doing? Who's the lady emoticon? Yeah, I'm having a cup of tea. I'm going through some old tracks, like really old. I've got a folder of some pretty old shit. This is 2003. This is back when I didn't even know how to use FL Studio. That's old as hell. I'll be honest with you, it's kind of creepy because I only just vaguely recognize half of this stuff. It's kind of scary. I gotta stop doing that. It's a bad habit. This is also 2004. Okay, we get it. Oh yeah, bringing back the bongos, yeah. I think it was Paul Simon who said you've got to keep music interesting. Can't just make shit repetitive all the time. Yeah. Look at this. See this here? If I zoom into it, look, you can see this is what MP3 compression does. If you've ever wondered what Spotify and YouTube actually does to make audio smaller, this is it right here. See all these black gaping holes? Yeah, that's not good. And back when I was younger, I thought, hey, I'll save my creations as MP3s because I didn't know any better. And then I started looking at this shit and I thought, oh my God, what is going on? Yeah, that's how it shrinks down the file size. It takes information out. It's the same thing with JPEGs. You're losing information, you're losing detail. So, you know, that's not good. That's the lesson of the day. Don't save your hard work as a compressed, lossy format. Chords are plenty. What is that? Holy shit, this is really loud and clipped. Okay. It's like the first time I found the piano roll. This is actually, like, even though this is really old and silly and amateur, 2004, it's actually a really good way of finding chord structures that you like, is to just sit down with a MIDI keyboard or a piano roll and just try making chords, and then you record it. You record it, and that way you can come in here and be like, okay, I like those two. See, those two sort of go together. I still do that. I still do that sometimes. It's a good way of finding ideas. Hang on, let me get rid of this stupid window. Can't read what people are saying. Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. I really, really hate how automation works in FL Studio. You have to make it as a pattern on its own, but that's good because if you want the same automation to occur several times, you only need to make one pattern and then change the graph in the one pattern. So it's actually it's good for that reason. I don't like automation in Ableton. I feel like I'm editing a video. I've actually started gravitating more towards hardware for making music. I'm looking at the Digitact. I'm sort of interested in the Octatrack, but it's extremely expensive, and even the Mark II is kind of dated. You know, you can get this thing called Drambo for iPad, which is basically an Octatrack in an iPad app. But, like, do you really want to be making music by doing that? By mashing your fingertips into a flat piece of glass? It's just a horrible feeling. You know, when you make stuff with a Digitact or with an Octatrack, it's tactile. You're using your hands, you're using your ears. There's no screen, there's no Twitter, there's no Facebook, there's no YouTube. So I'm really, really interested. You want to check out Logic? Yeah. I wouldn't, I tried Logic. I tried really hard. I couldn't get into it. Too fucking complicated. It's like, oh man, you got to remember like 33 different hotkeys just for the piano roll. It's just stupid. What are they doing? It's just unintuitive. Anyway. Okay, so what is this? Michael Jackson, the Bertkey remix of Bad. 2004, you got to be joking. Okay, so we're getting into the drum loops. It's like the first time I learned about stems. You can actually get stems of really famous tracks. Really famous songs. You can actually get stem. That's how DJs remix stuff. The Webster. What's that? Sorry, I've got like so many hotkeys and things here. So this is 2004. Okay. Oh, it's a chord change. That's not too bad, but where do I take it? Okay. Yeah. So this is 2004. This is like long before I knew what I was doing, and I just made all these things because it was fun. Oh yeah. Got to get the arm and break going. Can't do drum and bass without the arm and break. I'm making music, guys. I'm cutting up the arm and break. What is this? Oh yeah, this is using hypersonic. 2004. Yeah, that's using hypersonic. The Steinberg instrument library. It's like the first time I ever tried making some kind of rock. What's this? So is that speech reversed? Yeah, it is reversed. Okay, cool. Interesting. It's like the beginning of the texture box phase, 2004. Your butt is mine. Gonna take a ride. Gonna show your face in broad daylight. I'm telling you just how I feel. Gonna hurt your mind. Gonna shoot to kill. Shamon. Shamon. I wonder what it was like for Michael Jackson when he realized his livelihood could be relegated to a catchphrase or a sound. It must have been pretty fucking depressing. Because the dude, no doubt, made music from his heart. And then the next thing you know, it's just, he's the guy with the moonwalk. He's the guy with the ah! That must be a pretty horrible feeling. Chillax, what's that? Bloody hell. That's distorted to shit, isn't it? Yeah, I think, oops. Yeah, let's EQ that. I think that, you see, this is what I do in Ableton Audition, by the way. I have my plugins on hotkeys. So I've got FabFilter EQ, Pro Q assigned to E. Normalize is on N. I can't remember what M is. Oh, M is Pro MB, which is a multi-band compressor. Really, really, really good. S used to be Soothe, but I've got to reinstall it. R is Isotope RX Connect when I want to send it to RX for noise reduction. So hotkeys are everything. Hotkeys are everything. Was there a Dave Chappelle sample in here?
All right, everybody, here it comes.
Yeah. Yeah, there is. Really? No, really? Surely not. What year was this? 2006? Yeah. Yeah. Because Chappelle's show was, what was it, 2003? 2004? Holy moly. This is back when I was young. Let's try this one. Yeah. This is 2006. Cool. Yeah, I liked making stuff like this. It does sound like something I'd make at 2 o'clock in the morning, as the name implied. Where does it go, though? getting into my filter automation. Wow, fancy schmancy. You can hear I'm like tightening up my mixing. What's this? Mixed Bag 2006. Oh yeah. It's the Full Monty sample from Music 2000. It doesn't work down there, does it? You know, the funny thing is, this is how much I cling to my past. I still have the samples, the actual WAVs that I used in that 2006. I still have them. But we'll focus on other shit. So this is called Mixed Bag. Does that mean there's other stuff in here? Make a drum loop, find a sample, and play it on your keyboard a little bit, and there you go. You're making music. What's this?
I'm talking about the essence.
Wow, that's a blast. That's a blast from the past. Oh man, that's really silly.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to sample from pretty much the best. Like this is when was this? This was 2006. Okay, so YouTube was, I think, around, but it was extremely different. You certainly didn't have Spotify, and the way that I sampled mostly was with iTunes radio stations, which was like, you know, ridiculous, shitty, like 64 kilobits a second. Amazingly though, like this is actually not bad if you look at this. There's not a lot of compression artifacts in there. That's impressive. So I guess, yeah, internet radio was getting pretty decent. This is weird. This is weird. This is a weird thing. Yeah, Ronan Hardiman samples. We've had that one.
Satisfactory.
What's this?
Died. His wife described his condition as satisfactory.
It's really interesting, like, something changes in you between when you start honing a craft and mastering an art form and when you sort of finish and you know you've made a career out of it, you've made a thing out of it, it's turned into a product, it's turned into a formula, a fad. Something changes in between those 2 points. You start off because you're a teenager and because you're going to school and you've got social anxiety from hell. You're extremely socially conscious, self-conscious, and you need to deal with those emotions and the angst and the depression and the feelings, and so you need a craft. And that's what most of this stuff was 2006, 2005. It's all stuff that I made because I needed to feel my feelings. I needed to explore what I was feeling. And you know, when you get older, you turn 30, 33, 34, you become really independent and life gets really fucking comfortable. And that's when your productivity goes down. That's when you don't make as much art because shit's too comfortable. I think being comfortable is the worst thing you can have if you're making something. You know, when I made all of this crap, I was not comfortable. I was in high school. I had the worst self-consciousness I've ever had in my life. I was starting to go out drinking with friends for the first time. I was getting home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Man, look at this. This is Re-Existence, 2005. This is, I put this track on Acid Planet, Sony Acid Planet, which was like a website where people would share their music. And the way you got exposure for your music was to get exposure for other people's music. And it was a really good system. It was a really good system because that's how you got attention, was by reviewing other people's work. It was really, really well thought out. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is using Chitty Bang Bang samples. Wow, that's old. Hang on. There's no bass line. Needs a bass line in that, boy. Put some bass in there. But I remember this track doing really well on Acid Planet. And that was like when I realized, oh, cool. Yeah, I can actually do something with my time. Don't music publishers require you to have clearance for each sample nowadays? I feel like the industry has kind of relinquished its obsession with that. Like, you know, the Amen break is a classic example. I think the Winstons, they went after everybody who sampled the Amen break. That's a lot of fucking people. That's like everybody who's made a drum and bass track, basically. And it's such a fruitless endeavor because you reach a point really quickly where you've sampled something to the point where you've transformed it and it's no longer what it was. So you can't really, I mean, even Girl Talk, I remember finding out about Girl Talk for the first time. This guy would take like 10 seconds of untouched Barry White and he'd put it on a drum loop and that would go onto CD and he would publish it and it would get printed. Yeah. Hang on a sec, I just realized something dumb. This is supposed to be... it doesn't matter. Let's hide it from that view. It's silly. Yeah, so I don't know. If you're transforming what you're sampling, I think you've got less to worry about. This is, what is this? This is 2005.
I've been waiting a long time for this.
Sounds like Chris Tucker.
Musical quality.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I made this stuff because I enjoyed it. You can tell I wasn't like waking up in the morning and saying, I'm going to make a YouTube channel. I'm going to get views. If I was thinking that way, I wouldn't have made stuff like this. What's this? Oh yeah, 2005. This went up on this planet as well. This was really ambient. This is when I was getting obsessed with extraterrestrials and Bob Lazar and all that.
Follow the 50-year-old story about one or more 1947 crashes of extraterrestrial discs in New Mexico. I've often heard about strange material like tinfoil.
Okay, yeah.
I know what mainstream science is like. I know where physics stands. I know all of that. And this is an extraterrestrial craft.
Yeah, it's that whole minimalism obsession, isn't it? Are you simplifying or are you being a lazy bastard? Mucking around in Ableton. This is the first thing I ever did in Ableton, 2005. God, I didn't even know Ableton existed back then. Okay. Yeah, you see, I went through that phase, you see. I went through that phase. Everyone goes through that phase. The loop phase. You hear the DJs using loops, and you like how it sounds, so that's what you do. And yeah, it's really easy, but there's very little of you in what you're making when you just use loops, you know. But it's okay, it's all good. It's all an exploramentive learning process. Curious Machines. Now this is when I started actually, look at this, I saved this as a WMA file. Windows Media Audio. It was actually not too bad back in those days. Curious Machines. So what is this? Excuse me. Oh yeah.
I'm feeling bad today.
It's final.
When will I be able to play real good? But how long does it take? You need more practice. I've been practicing every day for a whole year. Someday you'll be able to play like that.
Yeah, see, this is when I started actually thinking about what I was doing. There's no loops, there's no, like, pre-made shit. I'm trying to think what it was that inspired me to make this sort of thing.
I'd ask her, I'd like to know what's happening.
It's Half-Life 2 sounds. And there's Louis Armstrong was in there. Yeah, but you like see, here's your MP3 compression. Oy, 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 oy. That's gone. That's completely gone. You're never going to get that back. Actually, RX-8, I think, actually has a spectral audio recovery module, which supposedly can go and fill and rebuild these little patches, holes. Yeah, pretty nasty. Living and learning. Living and learning. I'm sorry, there's so many friggin' things here. Fact. What's this? This must have been like the texture box thing. This was back in the Last FM days when Last FM was the shit. Like it was the way to get your music on the internet.
Here comes little Noddy.
Man.
Ladies and gentlemen.
See, it needs a bass. So like so much of my old stuff needs bass lines. I wasn't interested in bass lines. I don't know what it was. Memory 6489, 2005. Back to the loops, you see. There's a bass. Sort of a bass line. Chasing the Sun, 2006. Yeah, you see, it took me a long time to find my own sort of sound. It wants a bass line, you know? Yeah, it wants a bass line. That flute gets on your nerves real bad. Going Places, 2006. Ah, yes. The days of going places. I remember those days. That was fun. What is this?
The loss of every composition that the living eye could construct.
You can tell I loved my house music, eh? Crikey Moses. HLO idea. Yeah, we were working on this idea for a short film based on Half-Life. The Overwatch phase. 2006. What the hell is this? Okay. Yeah. You see, that's kind of the journey you go on if you're making music, is like you start off making stock music, basically. You make library music. You make the stuff that ends up in the YouTube royalty-free music library. And you don't really realize that until you've come out of that phase. Greatest man of all time, 2006. Oh, yeah. Wow, 2006 was like... That was a torrent of ideas. Yeah, this is mostly music 2000 stuff.
Be the greatest man of all time, 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 time.
It's mostly...
If you go on the way you started.
It's like mostly transy kind of music. 100 Beautiful Thoughts, 2006. I think this is, I can hear that this is probably when I started listening to Prefuse 73. That's probably around this time. That's what this sounds like. Yeah, it doesn't really go anywhere, does it? Shelkino Beach. What's that? It's just all this loopy shit. Yeah, you gotta get out of that phase, man. Okay, let's actually find something that's more interesting. What's this? 2006 still. Well, yeah. I recorded all of these sounds. That's my Tyco RC car mixed with something else. Oh yeah, that's a stapler. That is a plastic air pump, but it's like overlapped several times. That's my dad's lawnmower. That's in my dad's shed. Something, the metal stuff creaking. Oh yeah, there's the coffee mugs in the kitchen. Don't know what that is. I don't know what most of that is. That's Jim Carrey's voice. That bang is the sound of an exhaust pipe in our backyard. And that long sound, that's a GameCube. That's an aerosol can. That's a crow.
Making such a...
Oh, sorry. The comments stopped scrolling. I thought everyone just packed up and moved out. Yeah, what's Bulgaria? What is Bulgaria? Bulgaria, 2006. Let's take a look. Let's take a listen. Oh yeah. It's more loopy shit. Whoops. Look at that MP3 compression though. Oh my word. Oh. I'm curious to see if RX is capable of repairing that. Hang on a sec. Bear with me for a second. I'm very curious. Windows is being Windows. Okay. Or not. Maybe it's all good. Yeah, I'm really curious to see this. Spectral recovery. Learn. I doubt this. I doubt this very much. Let's see what it does. Wow. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on. Let's just send it back. Wow. It has actually sort of... Yeah, look at that. That's what it does. See, so here's the MP3 audio. You guys can see that, right? Yeah. There's the MP3 audio there, with all the gaps and data taken out. Here's RX trying to rebuild. I don't know if you guys can hear. I can hear that on my headphones, because these headphones have insanely good treble extension. Wow. Huh. It's probably not much of an audible difference though. Yeah. But I use spectral recovery when I'm sampling from like really shitty material. It's just a nice way of fleshing out data loss. Anyway, yeah, Bulgaria. Yeah. Not much of a muchness. Not much of a muchness. Sony are good. What's that for? What's that about Shure and Sony? Pogo should have that open AI jukebox. Yeah, I'm kind of creeped out by that shit. Look, eventually that's how you're going to make music, is just punching in some digits into an AI sequencer. It is kind of sort of looking like it's heading in that direction. Running through ice, 2006. Sounds painful. Sounds painful. Oh yeah. That's the Citrus synthesizer NFL. Yeah, Citrus. Frying fairies. Why would you want to do that? Oh wow. So hang on, where is like the original? It's 2006. I just want to find like, where are those Oliver things? Wow, there's like folders in here. Oh my word. Wow, this is really old shit, man. This is old shit. Look at this. This is stuff I made with chiptune and VSTs 2007. This is when I started drinking for the first time. Yeah, that's nice. It's good info. Oh man, it wants a drum beat so badly. Need to get Efrio's beatboxing on that shit. You need to be on a special kind of drug to rock out to that. kid you not, I was pretty fucking depressed in those days, and this was literally the only way I had of coping with that. Just making this chiptune stuff. I didn't make this because I was having a good time. I was making this because I was questioning my will to live. You see, this one's called Consequences, you see. This one's called Turning Away from the Endless Road. Back to Emptiness. You see, it's in the names. It's always in the names. I'm out of tea. Oh yeah, and then we've had that one. Yeah, so that was a little EP called Twilight Thoughts. Oh my wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. So these were ripped in 2012, but they were ripped from a CD. Like when we got a CD burner for the first time, that's kind of, you know, I had a CD player in my bedroom, so that's how I started kind of test listening to my music. I put it on CD. Just a complete waste of a physical media. But this is like some of the stuff that I put on those CDs. And I'm really curious to see what these are. I'm kind of afraid. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. I think those drums need a bit more volume. Holy shit, man, this is nostalgic for me. Oh my god. But where does it do its thing though? I'm not joking, right? This is the I think this is the third thing I ever actually made in my life on a computer. I'm not kidding. Look, you can see the phaser. See the phaser? See like the wavy curve in the frequency, the combing on the sample. That's so funny. I was so proud of it though. I was like, wow, I made that shit. Yeah, loving that full mono. So I think I was like maybe 14 doing this. Okay, yeah. Explorimentation. God, I loved this loop shit, didn't I? Yeah. God, you can hear how compressed it is, and then sure enough, when you look at it, it is compressed as shit. Yeah, okay, cool. What's this? What is this? Enter the Spirit. Oh Christ, do I want to? I still hear the potential, but like it wants bass real bad. Whee! Yeah, I remember having an Akai CD player I'd play this shit on. Oh yeah. Oh man. I miss those days. I miss those days where it's like, I'm gonna make something and I don't even fucking care. cranked my neck. What's this? Jesus Christ, that's a lot of treble, mate. Hoi, 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 hoi. Hoi, 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 hoi. I don't know why I'm EQing something from 2005. That's a lot of treble, son. It's mostly Music 2000 loops. Yeah. I burned these to CD. Why? Okay. Look at the compression. Oh! Cool. We found a piano loop, guys. We found a piano loop. Yeah, that Jazz Stab, I think, is from one of my dad's Buddy Rich vinyls. Cool. Drop the bass. No, please don't. So I think this is Music 2000 loops and samples, which I then recorded and sequenced in FL, I think. Cool. God damn, man. Repetitive shit. Repetitive shit. That Full Monty sample, yeah, you gotta get... This is what I'm saying, man. You gotta get, like... You've gotta get over your obsessions. You've got to get it out of your system.
All night. We have been recording for the past 2 nights. We'll be recording all night tonight and tomorrow night.
Jesus, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You can hear how compressed that is.
We are recording.
Can you hear the top end?
We have been recording for the past 2 nights. We'll be recording all night.
You hear how compressed that is? That is disgustingly bad. Look at the compression, man. Look at the MP3. That would have been 2005. I didn't know that MP3s compress your audio. So I would save my samples as MP3 files. Yeah. Yeah. That's where I was at. God, what happens here? Cool. CD rips. Man, oh man, that's old shit. That guitar pan is pretty cool. Well, I certainly thought so back in those days. Yeah, too many Full Monty track samples. It was like my obsession. To this day, I'm still trying to figure out what it actually is. It could be a synth with a filter envelope. But it could be something else. See, man, that's what happens, you know. You get stuck in your craft so fucking deep. It's like it becomes your whole life. And after a while you start thinking, Jesus, am I not going to graduate from this crap at some point? When am I going to move on? MPC 1000. What be this? What's this one? Sleepy, sleepy, sleepy.
It don't look like, you know, it don't look like, look like, you know, look like.
2011. Bloody hell. Yeah. That's kind of what happens when you get an MPC. You sort of confine yourself to making a drum beat and then getting a chord sample and then transposing it. Because it turns out making actual music on hardware is pretty fucking difficult. Wow, there's a lot to go through here. I'm going to have to sort of plow forward. 2005. 2005. Mr. Chitty. What's that? I've still got that Chitty Bang Bang sample. I used that in Supremo. Actually, speaking of which, I should have like the very, very original version, 2005. So this is what Supremo sounded like. Yeah, this is what Supremo sounded like in the original days. And then here's kind of the new version. And then if you go to the original 2005, yeah, the vocal placement is really silly, and the mixing is absolutely god-awful. But I tried very hard to remake this. Drink your gin. Don't forget to drink your gin, kids. Yeah. Yeah, it's really funny. I told myself I wouldn't go back and remake old tracks. Yeah. And then I kind of ended up doing that anyway. You go through phases like that, you know. You really like something you made a really long time ago, but it sounds really awful. So you think, I think we can do this better justice. Yeah. Yeah. So if we go back here, 2005, misplaced. That's right. This is really long for some reason. 7 minutes. again, it's like I wasn't keen on bass. Wasn't keen on bass lines. This is 2005. Jeez. We're still in 2005. This is not good. We need to move on. Mental illness. There you go. Just cutting straight to it.
How do I decide on a hat?
Does he want to know?
Okay. It's cool though. It's interesting. Okay.
Good, misunderstood.
I'd say the name of this track is well earned.
Deep business I have studied. It's my study of needs. Facilitate what and your cherubitator.
One of the renowned Igor Van Waltz and the one of Ema playing the show for Dusky.
Oh yeah. Tears for Fears. Wow, man, oh man.
Don't me like that.
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Oh no, there's more of it.
Making such a...
I think we've done this. No. Oh yeah. 2006. Guys can gift, you can gift that. See, I had these I had microphones called the TFB2s from the Sound Professionals, and they were mics that you put in your ears. And I had a mini disc recorder. I had a Sony RH10, and so I would just record sounds at school, and at high school, and at college, and I'd end up using a lot of them, just for texture, just stupid textural things. We've had this, I think. Yeah, this is like the same thing but with a different name. What's this one? Wait, have what? No, hang on. I'm going back. Yeah, that's right. We need to move forward. Yeah, see, this is this had recordings from one of my friend's birthday party. Man, this is old as hell. Something else around here. What was it called? I don't know what's in here and what isn't in here. What's this one? We shut down your love thing.
It is as follows.
Back in the Acid Planet days.
And the message is as follows.
that was using the fast distortion in FL Studio. Man, there's a lot of shit here. Oh, there's no way I was this productive. Come on. There is no fucking way. I mean, I wasn't making anything amazing, but still. Chill. Yeah. I used to love taking like a percussion sample and then crossfade looping the last section so that it creates this kind of... Where are we? That thing there. That's funny. So much bass. Bloody hell. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, that's... No, we won't. Drunk in the Matmobile. Yeah, because Matt was my friend who drove us around when we were wasted back in your teenage years. Bloody hell, yeah, there's a lot of weird shit here, man. What is that? Okay. I'm kind of keen to get to the more interesting stuff. Bring forth the ring. This is not interesting, but... Yeah. Cool. Okay. Man, oh man. I made so much shit. God damn, mate. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy times. Fun times, crazy days. What happened to BSH, FTW? They stopped posting stuff. I don't know. I think people just kind of got over Pogo. This sounds amazing. Listen to that reverb. What's that from? I still have the MP3. I want him to react to him rapping. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure I want to react to that. I'm trying to remember what that track was called. I'm going to find it, and then I'm going to be like, oh no, I found it. Twilight Sessions. It's just more hip-hop stuff. It's more hip-hop stuff, you know. We've done that. We've quantized recordings to drum loops. We're good. We're good. I'm trying to find where things actually started to develop. Man, like, it's quite a few years of dicking around before I actually figured out what I was doing. And I mean, look, I said Anna was 2007. That would have been after Alice, yes, because that says November 2007. Yeah. So that's kind of... So then we have Tunnels, which is 2007. Bloody hell. Trying to figure out where that... Yeah, tunnels, you know. Forever After. The Climb. Oh yeah, this was old, 2007. I think I went and remade that at some point. Oh yeah, this is this really 2007? Changing up the sound font. So this is basically just spending hours in the piano roll of FL, just trying to make these little chord structure thingy-majiggies. The piano roll in FL is probably the best in the world. Yeah, man, sound fonts were fun. That's hilarious. It's like so radically, it's so out of left field. Is the spectral display better in Adobe Audition compared to the Isotope RX? I mean, it's not that it's better, it's just that I don't use RX as an audio editor. So I have the spectral view, like Audition is what I use for everything. And I have all my hotkeys bound. So E I've got set to EQ, M is set to multiband, R I've got set to send out to RX, and then Q is my spectral display. It's good. But I don't know why. I just kind of use it because it's a way of seeing the sound in a more informative way. This doesn't tell you much. Well, this does. Like, look at how that waveform goes off the DC. What is that? That's crazy. This is very, I think this is based on the save room music from the old Resident Evil games. It says 2008. This is after Alice. Holy shit. That is so goddamn muddy. Oi, oi, oi. I love these headphones, man. These headphones are like, this is what's wrong with your mix. Fix it. Fix it now. Jeez Louise, yeah. See, yeah, I still didn't know what I was doing. Crikey Moses, eh? Just keeps going. Splurgen shitter wasn't till 2008. You see, so before that, it was all this crap. You see, I never woke up one morning and said, yeah, I'm going to make a YouTube channel, I'm going to make music. No. I did it because I was miserable. And because I was a lost soul. And I needed a way to explore what I was feeling. And making music kind of does that for you. Yeah, Gemini 2008, White Magic. White Magic I heard playing on RTR FM. when I was getting an Uber. I said, can you just change this this? I kid you not. I was like, he had this pop music station on. And I said, can you please just change to RTR FM? I can't. And they had White Magic playing. And you know how shit like that happens in the universe? Sometimes you think, yeah, there's no coincidences, man. There's no coincidences. Lost Woods, 2008, was it? Oh, yeah. So this is when I was working at a company doing graphic design and film production, and my boss David was massively into synthesizers, and he had so much money that he would just buy them. He would just buy them, and we kind of shared that interest together. He was the best fucking boss I've ever had, man. And I actually made this in the office during my spare time. I should have been working, but I made this, and I think I made it using the East-West Symphonic Orchestra library in FL Studio again, because that piano roll is just so friggin' good. I would not want to make something like this in Ableton. Oh my god. Oh my god. No thanks. Or Logic, no. Piano rolls, in my opinion, best to worst, go FL Studio, Ableton, Logic. Yeah. A lot of people use FL Studio for making stuff like this. Yeah, I used to love doing that shit. Harp improvisation, was it? We had this. Oh, yeah, yeah. So this is actually a... this is the East-West harp instrument mapped to... I had an electronic drum kit, and I mapped several notes to different pads. So all of this is actually me drumming. And the mallets in the background. So none of this is piano roll. This is 100% me bashing these electronic drum kit pads. How did you feel having to listen to your work during an Uber? I was quite, I was excited. It was kind of like a massive pat on the back. I had to resist telling the Uber driver, I had to resist saying, you know, this is mine. This is mine. I had to resist it. Yeah, this is drumming. The powers of MIDI. You know, it's like an arpeggiator. You choose the notes that you like, you map them to your pads, and then you go. And that's what's so cool about hardware. Making music with hardware, you get lost in it, you get immersed in it. You know, making music on a computer is really powerful, but you get option paralysis. You know, you get Omnisphere. I highly recommend Omnisphere, but it's like 9,000 patches. So you're spending just as, if not more, time looking for a patch. And, you know, jeez. You get a digitact and it's like you're only focused on what you actually have in the box. And it's a lot more immersive. It reminds me of the days playing Fluid and on PlayStation, the Music 2000. You're using something, you're using your hands, you're using your brain. You're not just punching shit into your piano roll. I mean, hell, obviously I made that work for me, but oh man, it's such a different world using hardware. It's so much more immersive, I believe, because you're limited. What do they say about creativity and limitations? See, so look at this, right? This is Alohomora, the video edit. So 2009, what was that, March? No, yeah, that's March. Why has it got the month first? Oh. It should be day, month, year, not month, day, year. That's dumb. But yeah, 2009 was the Alohomora thing. Man, oh man, that's going back. Broken Beats, JPEG. Oh yeah, there's the artwork for the Broken Beats EP. XBL Adocious 2009. Oh my. Oh my. Oh wow, look at the compression. You can hear it as well. You can hear how bad this is. See, and also, I've mixed this really badly. Listen to this. It's like, there's not much harmonics there. It's like, whoa, man. The kick drum is flattened. You never ever compress your master, because your kick drum gets squashed to hell. I Want, 2009, holy crap. The bass line is so ridiculous. Oh! I still like this, to be fair. It wants its own thing. It wants to branch off that. Mary's Magic 2009, holy shit. Holy shit, eh? Oh, wow. Man, oh man. Back when I was young. Back when I had my future in front of me. Yeah, so, I mean, as if there's anyone in here who's never heard this, but like, this was 100% sounds from The Secret Garden, which I've actually got on Laserdisc. Where is it? There it is! There's The Secret Garden on Laserdisc. I don't know why I got that. I don't have a Laserdisc player. I probably never will have a Laserdisc player. Look at me, showing off stuff in a little window. Yeah, that's better. Really nice big artwork. There's a scene in Back to the Future 2, where they touch down in the alleyway in the DeLorean. They get out of the DeLorean. Doc and Marty walk down the alley a little bit, and behind them is like stacks and stacks of these laser discs. And I didn't know what they were when I first saw that film. But turns out they are actually like an archaic medium. This is like when we thought that when we thought movies would be on compact disc, and then these became obsolete very quickly because obviously you had DVD. Yeah, it was actually my girlfriend at the time who introduced me to that film. And she was the one that insisted we rent Alice in Wonderland from the video store, because you had video stores back in those days. Yeah. Yeah, she kind of, wow. Yeah, I'm not so sure I would have made this stuff if she didn't Give me the ideas. Like, seriously, Living Island as well. I never would have made Living Island if she hadn't showed me this crazy trippy show, HR Puff and stuff from the 70s. I never would have known that show existed. Yes, the importance of having a companion. Yes, that puts shit into perspective a little bit. It's really funny. I was on tour once and I played this show at some heavy metal venue. Like, you could tell that this place only ever has heavy metal grunge bands. And I didn't play this track, obviously. Why the hell would you play this at a club? But after I finished the set, this big, fat, burly dude with a tattoo on every square inch of his body comes up to me and says, "Hey man, that Mary's Magic is like my favorite song." My favorite song. I was like, "You're fucking kidding me." I was expecting him to say like Led Breakfast or something. But yeah, this is old. It is really fun. Like, I know nowadays I'm older. I've got far less reasons to make music, but when I listen, it's like, yeah, I remember why I did that. I do remember. I remember because I enjoyed the challenge. I liked trying to make music out of nothing but sounds from a source. It's like evolving a material. It's like inducing transmosis, as a name for an album. And I loved the challenge. But, you know, after a while it stops being challenging. And you sort of, you kind of think, okay, I have to graduate from this. I've mastered FL Studio, I've mastered Ableton, I've mastered Audition, which in those days was Cool Edit Pro. I've mastered music, I've mastered mastering. I need to graduate. I need to move the fuck on with my life. Now, Alice, 2009. Really? No. No, it wasn't 2009. Or was it? Fuck, maybe it was, eh? Maybe it was. I don't know why I'm looking at this. Actually, yeah. Wow, that's, what the hell? This can't be the original version. No way. That is pristine. I remember it being so much darker than this. Holy moly. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. I love these headphones, man. I love the shit out of these headphones. I don't even bother with monitors and speakers anymore. Oh, yeah, that's where the problem is. But yeah, you know, the girlfriend of mine who introduced me to HR Puff and stuff, right? I would play my little creations in the car when we were driving a lot. And, you know, it was the Twilight Session stuff. It was the hip-hop loopy shit. And she was always like, yeah, it's okay, it's okay. And Alice is the first track I played in the car with her, where she was like, oh my God. She really liked it. That was the first time that she really liked something I made. And so I guess if you look now, past, okay, so then, right, here's Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter came after this. No, what is this? Well, this is a Harry Potter thing.
On your nose. I'm really, really sorry about.
I still like this. I never took this anywhere, but I still like this. This just wants like some TLC on the drums. I still like it. There's something I like about it. It's got that jamming on a digitact kind of vibe. Puffin Stuff 2009. This is the original version. This is the original version. Check this out. That kid's voice is absolutely god-awful. That's it there. Check this out, right? The new version of this plugin has what's called Make Dynamic. So it will only perform this operation when the signal reaches this threshold. See it working there? But yeah, this is a mess. This is an absolute mess. This is an absolute mess, this track. Funny enough, this is one of the best performing tracks on Spotify at the moment. So I'm happy I did that. Anyway, sorry, I've neglected comments for too long. Alice was 2007. The MP3 rep is from 2009. Yeah. It stops being a challenge and becomes a pattern. Yeah. You know, you work on something so long, like you get really good at it. It stops challenging you, and it becomes a fad. It becomes a product. It becomes this predictable kind of entity. And it's like, why am I relegating my existence to this? Why is this the center of my life? I think Hank Green was the guy who said, you have no obligation to your former self. And that's always kind of stuck with me. It's like, why am I still doing this shit? I enjoyed it then. Do I still enjoy it now? Yeah, there's a lot of MP3s here from 2009. So Gitch, this went up on Acid Planet back in the day. I'm pretty sure this is not 2009. I'm pretty sure this is more like 2008. These files here, you can see they have the same date stamp. So these have been modified later on. Yeah. That's when I had a website going. I started putting MP3s up. That's what this is. So I don't know where the original files are. But where's something that I haven't really done? Benny's Bookstore. Yeah, that's right. That's Uncle Phil. Yes! James Avery. Oh, man. Sleepy. What's this one? This must be a Kippo thing. Yeah. I liked making stuff like this. I wanted to make music for kids TV shows. Yeah, bloody hell, eh? You lose your optimism when you get older. Morning walk. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a section in here that I still really like. Where is it? I think it's... Where is it? Yeah, this thing here. Okay, so it's got a little build-up. I still like that chord structure. Trust. I don't know if this was 2010. Surely not. So I think that's using the Citrus synth in FL Studio, and it's using the FL Slayer electric guitar thingy-majiggy. See, I did this Kippo shit. I had this little character I made in school called Kippo, who's a starfish that wants to be an actual star. He tries to figure out how to actually do that. It goes on like a little journey, and then he realizes, oh, I can't do that. It's literally impossible. But I made like these little tunes for it. I don't know why. I don't know why I did this. I really don't. So those claps are like, I think they were stacks of clap samples. Go figure. Sound fonts, mostly sound fonts. Oh, okay, so this has stemmed a lot of things that I've done over the years. This is Kippo misses his girl. Yeah. What's this? Kippo's open for business. Yeah, I liked making stuff like this because it was like getting immersed in something wholesome. You know, kind of took me back to my childhood in a way. Orchids. What's this? I think this is some more sound font stuff. Sorry, I'm not looking at the comment section. I ripped my hair out, metaphorically, trying to deconstruct your mastering. Maybe one day we'll learn to... I don't know, man. It's just practice. It's just practice. Have you thought about making a film score? I know you have issues with overbearing music in films. Yeah, I don't like music in movies. I find it distracting, overbearing, dominating. I think Brad Fiedel, who did the music for Terminator 2, if you listen to the audio commentary, his whole philosophy is less music is better. That's pretty funny coming from a guy whose career is built on making music for movies. But Brad Fiedel did all the music for T2, and if you actually listen, if you actually go through the film, you can actually see his philosophy in full effect. Like even during the action scenes, you know, the really explosive action, like the typical Hollywood action scenes, the music is really minimal. And that's because Brad Fiedel's philosophy was that. It was less detail. And the sound design, I think Gary Rydstrom, he made Arnie's shotgun out of like 6 different kinds of cannons and something like that. And again, his philosophy is less detail. If it's not on screen, why am I hearing it? If it's in the background, why am I hearing it? And I think, I could be wrong, but I think Gary Rydstrom did the sound for Ready Player One. I think he might have done Lord of the Rings. I know he did AI, artificial intelligence. You know, and when you look into these insanely talented people, you kind of learn that, like, less detail is usually better. Like, you watch the first race sequence in Ready Player One. I had a pair of Kef speakers at the time, and I had them cranked. And I was like, oh my god, this sequence, there's like, it's all these video games converging. And there's King Kong coming after this guy in a Tron sort of racer. It's absolutely insane. It's 100% CGI. But like the sound design, oh my god. If you want to hear really fucking good sound, like really good sound mixing, you go and watch that sequence in Ready Player One. Or you go and watch Terminator 2. I listened to it, I should say. Lord of the Rings is great as well. I know that the way that they got the cave troll to sound so real is they actually played the vocalizations through a speaker in some kind of underground cistern. And they moved the speaker around to simulate the movement of the cave troll so that the reverb is real and the acoustics are real. You know, when you move a sound through a space, you get phasing and you get coloration shifts. And you can simulate that, but these guys did it for real for Lord of the Rings. And when you listen to the sound design in AI, anytime there's like a really sophisticated, detailed little servo sound or a robotic sound, like some kind of whirring or clicking, you hear the sound, but you also hear the room. You hear the room echo. And most movies don't have that. Most sound designers don't stop to think that this sound is emanating inside a room. And that's what makes it sound real, is when you hear it coming off the walls, when you hear that it's in a space. Gary Rydstrom gets that. Gary Rydstrom gets that, and that's why you listen to the sound design in AI. Everything. You know it's AD, you know it's Foley, but it's like, it doesn't sound like Foley. It sounds like it's really happening there in front of the camera because the guy has mixed it with room reverb, phasing, coloration to make it sound like it's in a space. How the fuck did I get onto this crap anyway? Someone asked about, I don't know. Let's move on. Cute little point and click adventure. Yeah. Kippo. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things like, I could do it, but why? Why would I do it? Some more sound fonts. See, so you learn how to hear problems. I know this is nothing to worth mixing, but every audio has problems, and you can learn how to hear them after a while. And sure enough, the problems are here. Let me get rid of this. This is the problem spot. There. See that? Whoa. See? And you've got this very strange valley here. It's kind of sad that we're moving towards an industry where mixing and mastering is basically going to be conducted by AI. You're not going to have to mix and master. In the next 5-10 years, you're not going to have to do that shit. You don't have to know what you're doing. You'll have an AI that analyzes. You've already got you got Galfos, you've got Isotope, Nectar. what is it, Neuron or something like that. Yeah, you don't really need to know what you're doing anymore. And I think music production is going to go down the same road. I want this kind of beat, da da da, click, click, click. I want this kind of melody, click, click, click. I want this kind of voice, click, click, click. Processing, bing. You know, they already make music based on Shazam statistics. It's, you know, you've seen it happen to YouTube. Everything's turning into algorithm shit. And it's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to get immersed in that world. Yeah. Cryface, 2011. Yeah, that's an oldie. 2011. See, straight away, it's like, oh my goodness. See, you can use this, which is actually a multi-band. This is a little harder to get your head around. I used Pro MB on Supremo a lot, and Polka Dot Positive a lot. But I guess my advice is don't get bogged down in mixing and mastering. Just make music, man. You know, get it out of your system first, then deal with polishing it later. Go out and love someone, you know. See, I don't think that's 2011. I think a lot of these have been date stamped a bit wrong. Yeah, and then we top out at 2014. Yeah, I don't know what all this is. Archetypes. What's this? What is all this? Oh yeah, that's that thing. That's crap. That's crap. So the problem with that, the chords are like all the way up here and the bass is all the way down here. There's no convergence. You see, sure enough, look, there it is. There's the gap. And the way you fix that is by giving your bass overtones. If you guys want to, like if you're looking for a plug-in pack that's worth every one of your dollars, you got to look into the Sound Toys bundle. Little Alta Boy, Primal Tap, CQ. There's Saturate. Like those are plugins that you will actually use on, I would say, all of your tracks. Because they sound fat, they sound analog. If you're looking for saturation, I was weighing up like, am I going to get FabFilter Saturn 2 because I really like Pro Q, or am I going to get what was it? Sound Toys. Decapitator. Decapitator is an amazing saturator. You'll get more volume out of the audio you apply it to, but your peaks will actually go down, which is the opposite of what you would expect. Like if you want saturation, if you want to make your sound fatter and richer and warmer, look into the Sound Toy stuff. It's worth it, man. I haven't bought it yet. I think mine's still in demo. I'm gonna have to shell out at some point. But yeah, I used Sound Toy stuff on the Supremo track. I used it a little bit on Chasing the UFO. I used it on Polka Dot Positive quite a lot to fatten up the bass line. Yeah, you want to give your sound overtones. That's kind of how you get that warmth, that warm sound. Lemonade, how are you? Hugh Barber chords. I don't know what that is. Convolution. What is a mashup of your tracks that you hate? That I hate. I would say that Vision thing. I mean, it's not really a mashup, but we did this track in the Philippines called Vision. And no offense to the kid that sang, but like, oh my God, what the fuck was I thinking? What the fuck was I thinking? What was I thinking? What was I thinking? That was terrible. I think P. Sus was the first guy to put an unhappy emoji in the comments of that video. And I was like, yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes for you to see something for what it is just a little bit of outside perspective, and then you go, oh my God, this is actually really terrible. Why did I just make that? But you know, you can't beat yourself up. You got to experiment, you got to try things. Everything starts with experimentation. Your success and your failure both start with the same thing, experimentation. And that's why, you know, you got to fight that outcome-oriented voice in your head. Because when you get older, you get really obsessed with outcomes. What am I doing with my life? Why am I making this? What the hell is this for? What's the point? I've beaten this horse to death. Blah, 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 blah. I think there's some merit to that. You kind of have to look at your life in the big picture. But you can take that to the extreme where you stop enjoying what you're doing. God, my voice is getting so hoarse. I need some water. Dancing on Blades. What's this one? Well, this was what Expialidocious was before it turned into a thing. This was Expialidocious Mark 1. Oh yeah, skip forward. I'm pretty sure that bass is off key. But do you recognize those chords? Do you recognize those chords? I went back. Let me show you this, if I've got it. I went back very recently to those. Not sure if I've got it here for you. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so here you go, listen to this. This is like a really new track. But you see, that's kind of where I started with that idea many, many years ago. Except this sounds like arse. I'm still not happy with this. There's this really unusual roll-off here. There's like this absence of treble up the top here. Look at this. I made this track before I had these headphones. So now I'm hearing things that are like, oh no, that's not good. Yeah, but that's kind of how that started. Look at that compression. Holy shit, that's bad. Kaladosha's Archetypes, apparently. That's what it's called. Interesting. Have you used the Grain Scanner Ableton plugin? No, I don't really like Ableton. I don't like it. I don't feel like I'm getting immersed in my music. I feel like I'm editing something. FL Studio kind of feels like you're playing a video game, but like in a like an actually productive way. I think Ableton actually started as a video editor. I might be wrong about that, but that explains a lot. It's really powerful. It's just not, it doesn't really vibe with me. I think Decapitator is all bands at once. Is doing multi-band saturation just the same thing as saturating? So that's a good question. There are times when you want to saturate. In fact, there are a lot of times when you only want to saturate. I need water really badly. There are a lot of times when you only want to saturate a certain band. Like, you pretty much never want to saturate the bottom end of your mix. Pretty much never, right? Decapitator, like, I've noticed that it really only saturates like everything above like sort of 600 hertz, 700 hertz. It seems to leave the bottom end alone. I think there might even be a low cut. I think there might be a low cut so that it doesn't affect that. But you can do that with mix buses. Learn about mix buses in FL Studio. It's just taking a track and like EQing it on a separate channel before that sound gets affected by a compressor or something. You never want to compress like your bottom end or saturate your bottom end, because your bass and your kick drum, they get destroyed. But I love Decapitator. I absolutely love the crap. I love all of Soundtoys' plugins. That's worth every dollar. I thought that kid had a nice singing voice. He did. John Chan had an amazing singing voice. What's really like, that's his voice I ended up using for the No Worries track, which was totally off the grid. I didn't plan that at all. That was a couple of years later once I moved back to Aussie. The interesting thing about John Chan, like, I learned so much about singing because when we, like, what you hear, let me see if I can find what you hear in the original. What you hear, I'm trying to talk and do shit at the same time. Hang on a sec. Let me just shut up for a second and let me find what I'm trying to talk about. I think it was 2016. Was it 2016? 2017? 2015. There we go. Okay, so this is the track here. So here we go. So that is literally that is the first take that we recorded, and it took me, it took us. It was like me, my manager, John Chan's parents. It took us like half an hour to convince him to sing, to convince him to open his mouth. He was literally standing there in front of the mic like this. It was actually a Neumann. It was like the big brother of this one. He was standing there in front of this mic for like half an hour, too afraid to sing. Way too afraid to sing. Like he was literally shaking. And then he started singing, and this is what we got.
Your dream came true. Nothing compares, no worries. To turn out of the day was that I found a girl in you.
Now, when we got him back a second time to record something else, he was the cockiest little dude you've ever seen. He was like, oh wow, I'm really good, I've really got a voice. He opens his mouth, he starts singing. It's like, oh man, okay, it's gone. The soul is gone. he's not singing from his heart anymore. He's singing from his ego. And it happens to everybody, you know. You can sing from two different places. You can sing from like your throat and your head, where you think you're like, this is how singing should sound. Or you can sing from the place where you speak, like your chest, your stomach, your heart, your soul. This is John Chan singing from his heart.
Your dream came true.
There's no doubt about it. And yeah, you know, 100% raw, natural, pure.
And that your dreams came now. And that your dreams came now. Settle down, kiss her, bye. Settle down, kiss her.
Yeah, really fucking beautiful voice, man. And yeah, like I said, we got him back a second time. Could not get that performance out of him again. He was cocky. He was singing too loudly. He was coming from the throat. It was all chest. It was all nose. Yeah, it was no good. I'm not having a go. I'm just saying, you know, you need to sort of be aware of like where you're singing from in your soul and your body, because it's literally the thing that's making or breaking your performance. You know, like even when I'm speaking, I can be speaking like that. Like I can try and speak from my throat and project, but I don't. I try to speak from my chest and, you know, deep down in here, because it's a lot nicer on people's ears. It's a little harder because I'm projecting from further down, but it's the same thing with singing. Anyway. Yeah. I might do this. I might keep going with this in another stream. I need to move on with my day. This has been an interesting trip down memory lane. G'day G'day is probably one of the better real life mixes. It's okay. We made that because it was commissioned. This startup app company in Sydney, run by this really great guy. Really great guy. But, you know, making music for someone else is an interesting experience. You're probably not going to be 100% happy. You're probably not going to do your best work. I see you like Astro Boy. When's the remix coming? Well, Dash was going to be an Astro Boy mix. Or Dragon Ball Z. That's actually what Dash was going to be. And then I thought, you know what? I'm so happy with this, and it's like all my own fucking work. I'm not going to relegate this to something. I'm just going to make this stand on its own. You know. Sorry, I'm going back through the comments here quite far because I've missed... The extended mix was a part of that. I don't know what we're talking about. How many versions of 100 Acre Flurry did you make? I think maybe it was like 3. Wishery, I went through like 17 different versions, 16 different versions, because I couldn't find the right structure. And the structure was everything. Plonk Apple. Sorry, I find Postman Pat's voice relaxing. Yeah. Postman Pat. I found some cassettes in an op shop of like the original Postman Pat recordings. Anyway, yeah. Thanks, folks. I'm going to call that a stream. If this was enjoyable for you, I might do some more because we haven't made our way through everything. There's still quite a lot to go through. But, yeah, thanks as always for your support. And I'm going to see if I can crack on with my day. I'm going to have to go and take a shower. Got to take a shower. It's really sweaty. It's really hot in here. It's hot, 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 hot. Alexa, what's the current temperature?
one moment. It's 24 degrees Celsius.
24 Celsius.
You can expect a low of 21 degrees.
It's actually not that hot, but it is really toasty in here. Thanks, guys. Thanks to OnBroBro. An actual username here. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Advent. An actual Tech Priest. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Hope you're having a good time. Try to stay sane. Don't think too hard or too long. Try to stay in that moment. Make stuff because it's fun. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to that shit. Don't listen to that shit about tapping yourself out. Reaching your pinnacle. Moving on. If you really enjoy doing something, keep doing it. Yeah. Anyway, peace.